Microsoft has just released Windows updates which address almost 90 security flaws, including 6 zero-day threats and other threats that hackers already know about and are likely working on exploiting. We'll go over these threats, show you how to patch your computer, and alert you of one threat that Microsoft has yet to patch. And one of the things that we do is alert you when there are vulnerabilities, and we also show you what steps you need to take to protect your computer, to make sure that your computer is protected. So we'll actually be going over this today. I'll also show you how to install the updates. So I'll get my full screen ready to go, and we'll actually show that here in just a minute. But this past week, Microsoft did release Windows updates. And these Windows updates do cover almost 90 threats that are out there, 90 flaws in various the Windows operating system or Microsoft Office or Microsoft Edge or other utilities. These cover Office. They cover .NET, which is a program that's used for the internet, and many other programs, Visual Studio, Azure, which is Microsoft's cloud storage, also Copilot, which is Microsoft's AI assistant, Microsoft Dynamics, Microsoft Teams, Secure Boot, and of course Windows itself. These include 6 zero-day threats. 0-day means that it's currently being exploited. So the threat is currently being exploited out there, and it's something that definitely you need to actually patch these today if you haven't done so already. You need to get out there, make sure that you're installing these updates, that you are protecting your system, and that your system is protected from these flaws that present a security risk. One thing that's interesting to note, last week we talked about the Windows Update downgrade flaw. So this is a flaw. We talked about it last week. You can also go, we have an individual video that you can go out and watch. We'll link to that in the description of this video later on. But what that does is it allows a hacker with admin access, with rights to the computer that has admin access, to be able to actually uninstall Windows updates while making the system believe that they're still installed. So what this does is it reintroduces known flaws to the system, making the system susceptible to all of these known flaws. Now the known flaws are critical, and there are additional flaws that aren't considered 0-day, but they are known, which means that they have already been, the information's already out there, hackers already have the information about it, and very likely are already working on exploits to actually break in to systems. Some of these exploits some of these security flaws that are out there actually allow hackers to get into your system without you having to do anything. So there's nothing that you need to actually do to, you don't have to click on a link or open an attachment that would be malicious to actually launch this attack. So it is important to get out and install the Windows updates to make sure that your computer is protected. Some of the CVE numbers that are out there for these updates or for these flaws are CVE 2024. They're all going to be 2024, but there's 38106, 38107, 38193, 38178, 38213, 38189, and those are all 0-day threats. So these are definitely big threats that you need to take care of. Also, Adobe has also released 11 security bulletins addressing at least 71 security vulnerabilities, and they include Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Dimensions, Photoshop, InDesign, Acrobat, and Reader, Bridge, Substance 3D, Stagger, Commerce, InCopy, and Substance 3D Sampler, Substance 3D Designer. So make sure if you're using Adobe software that you're updating that as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to switch over to a full screen, and I'm going to show you how you would install Windows updates. Now, my updates have already been installed, and if you are a user or a customer of a faster PC and you are a managed customer, so you actually pay a monthly amount and we provide management for you. What we're doing is, in addition to providing you remote support, in addition to providing you in-shop labor, in some cases people have on-site service as a part of their managed plan as well. We actually provide patch management, and with the patch management we are actually every day, we're twice a day, we're searching for Windows updates and installing those. And one of those times a day, which is at midnight, if your computer's on, it will install the Windows updates, and if it needs to, it will reboot to finish the installation, because these updates do quite often, some of them need to reboot your computer. So some of the update is installed in the operating system, and then another part of the update is installed as the computer is shutting down, and then as the computer is coming back up, the final part of that update is installed, and the update is then complete. So we're going to actually show you how you would install these updates if you needed to do it manually. But our managed clients, we actually have twice a day we're searching for Windows updates. 6 times a day, on average every 4 hours, we're searching for updates to programs such as Adobe Acrobat and Google Chrome and Firefox. And these, by the way, many zero-day threats that have been in with these various browsers, Edge, Chrome, Firefox, many of them this year. So you want to make sure that you're updating those on a regular basis. Our software actually searches for those updates and automatically installs them for the client. Also, every hour we're searching for updates to the Microsoft Security Suite if you're using that for your security. And by the way, it does catch more viruses than even the paid services. So and we do have a paid service that will work with it to catch even more. But it does, and by the way, it only catches less than 50%. So it's not like it's catching a super large amount. But what you would want to do, go ahead and click on Start. You're going to look for a gear or a cog. Now mine is in Utilities because I've moved it there so that I can get all the programs that I normally use on this start page. But yours will probably be right on this start page. When you click on Windows, if you have Windows 11, you'll see this cog or gear. If you have Windows 10, it'll be on the left side of the taskbar, right above when you click on the Start button. By the way, the Start button looks like a 4-pane window. And so you'll look at that and click on the little gear. Now we're going to click on Settings. When we go up to Settings, this is going to load, and we're going to click on Windows Update. From Windows Update, then we can actually search for Windows updates. Now we can click Check for Windows Update. Now, by the way, if you haven't installed the updates yet, then what will happen if you haven't installed the updates yet, then you'll actually have a situation where the updates will show up in the list. But since I've installed them, they're not showing up here. You see, I also have get the latest updates as soon as they're available. So that is turned on. You see this symbol here. That symbol indicates, you see the circular arrows. That symbol, if you ever see that symbol in the lower right hand corner near your clock, and typically it's yellow, and it will actually say that your computer needs to be restarted to install updates. And so what you can do is you can actually go over there, click on that symbol, and you can choose to restart your computer, or you can just go in here to Windows Updates. You can search for any updates, and any that you find, you can go ahead and install those if your computer needs to be rebooted. And again, with these major updates, if you haven't installed these yet, your computer will need to be rebooted to install these as well. So these are really important to be able to get these installed, to make sure that your computer is protected from these zero-day threats. Again, massive zero-day threats out there, 6 zero-day threats, other threats that are known vulnerabilities that need to be addressed, and the good thing is you can address those with the Windows Update. Again, Microsoft has not yet come out with a patch for the Windows Update downgrade issue. They're still working on that. They've been working on that for about 6 months and still don't have a patch to that. We will actually keep you posted when there is a patch. I hope you've liked this video, that you've learned something from it. If you have, please click the like button, click subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when we release new videos. And remember, when you have cybersecurity problems, you need a faster PC.